I mean, Boogle says you have a purge spell. Wouldn't a purge spell make sense to purge some magic that's locking the...
I mean, that's certainly not how it's used in battle, but I don't know.
Sure,
you first connect with a spirit, you get a base level ground and air versions of their element spells, says Boogle in chat. Oh. I guess I only ever sort of enhanced the... Oh, that's right. I do, yeah. I remember that now. Yeah. But I only ever bothered... basically, I just, I poured all the points into one of them because, I'd rather have one very high level than not, is all.
So is Boogle's suggestion basically that you should be using the dark spell here because you get at the beginning?
I attempted to use the oops, I just
but maybe you didn't use it hard enough.
I didn't, yeah. So there is the possibility that I need to get a max level on it, which would I'll just take some timing to attempt it again. But I will attempt the purge magic while I'm here. Oh, this has very different timing. But if it's not about getting the highest level, then that would have worked even at level 1. That 6, terrible. Oh, what? Oh. What? I swear I did that. I definitely did that before. I 100% did that before. You saw me do that.
You didn't do that before, clearly.
I definitely did. Do you remember the words that the flower child said on the first basement floor? Oh, God. I mean, short answer, no. I remember talking to the flower child plenty. But maybe she'll tell me what the words were.
Something, yep, she will, right here. Something about the 6th floor.
There's an amazing weapon on the 6th basement floor. I'm pretty sure that's what they said. Is it further ahead? Well, whether they told me that or not, I would go anyway. What else am I going to do? Ignore it? Okay,
You're about to get an amazing weapon.
This horrifying area looks a bit like the flower level. Oh, look, I'm locked in. Cool.
Yep, you shouldn't have gone left.
That's a door. Neat.
Yep.
Of course I should have gone left. I'm following the left wall. How dare you even suggest I do anything else?
Yeah. It was wrong of me to suggest otherwise.
Level 3. Acceptable, but not good timing. Can't get away from that. Level 9. Ah, yeah. Occasionally I get it. Level 8. Good enough. Not good enough. It didn't kill him. Back away from his magic. Level 7 is terrible, but it's good enough for government work, so... Okay, we've finally made progress in this level. It only took an eternity. I mean, of course, they just make this area so you cannot tell the difference between a door and a wall.
Your map doesn't help you anymore. You were just talking about how much you...
It's a good thing this game gives you a map, so it's not really a Gary Attell. This game wouldn't be evil enough, but, I can see that being a trap that they would take it away from. Nope, they just do. They just... Oh, video games. Luckily, I have the power of following the left wall. And, I mean, the map still shows where you have been, so it's still a lot better than nothing.
This is our Katsu demon again.
As in, like, the word that is a transliteration of cutlet?
That's what was mentioned earlier, yeah. I mean, maybe this is a cutlet demon.
God, my timing is so terrible on that one. Whereas my timing is pretty decent on the spell that I use all the goddamn time. One wonders why! There's 100% a, like, mega boss behind this path. How's my drink situation? That was magic setup, and now we have to spend 2 minutes getting into and out of this menu.
Do you want the tutorial?
Every time, like, how many times do you have to go into that menu before it's like, no, you probably don't need the tutorial. Okay, I've got plenty of loops, so I'm probably fine for a boss. This is
the weapon.
That does not look like a weapon.
An extra special ring, maybe?
Yeah, it also doesn't look quite like the normal rings, but I don't know. Yeah. There can be more than one thing in a box, but not this box. Well, so much for that being the weapon. I mean, it could be. A ring can be a weapon in this game. But there is, like, the actual weapon, which I never use, so why do I care about getting a better one?
Well, maybe if you get a better one, it'll be good enough to actually use.
You know what? I think I'm seeing a pattern to the, the pattern.
Yeah, it's just go to the end of the room, and then...
I say just as it changes.
Yep. Sure enough.
However, it probably is walk all the way left, then walk all the way right, then walk all the way left, then walk all the way right. Okay, Mr. Potato Head. This is the second level, I think, of this enemy. Terrible. I don't think I can back off in time. Yeah, not quite. Bye. Wow, I did a lot of damage. Holy shit. I would say... Oh, wait. I know how to do it. It is time for the midstream break, and the only way I think to actually pause the timer is to go into one of these menus. Let me just check that did indeed seem to pause. Yeah. Okay. I think that, you know what, I'm gonna wait a bit longer and check that it's paused. It was at 38:20 something. Doop, ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. I don't know why I even care. I just have one random doping on, so... I guess just out of my own curiosity, before I go to midstream break, I want to know if that actually pauses. It doesn't.
Oh, it didn't.
It doesn't, yeah. Okay, well, we're going to lose that doping, but whatever. Wait, can I... Do I have an emulator pause? Probably? I'm going to say I probably do have an emulator pause, but I don't know what it is, so... I'm just going to go into some menu which isn't paused at all, and midstream break time. So I could have save stated before the midstream break. Didn't do that because I'm an idiot. And I could have read the manual and discovered the pause button is pause. What a strange thing to be the pause button. Pause. Oh, but my doping is still on. Curious, it's like it does pause even though the timer doesn't. Hello, friend. Boombox, says Lucy in chat. That's what this game is. It's really late on the second one there. Level 4! It's the highest level I've gotten to that in a while. Level 9! It's the highest level of that I can get. My life points are so down that it's actually worth it to use 200. The UI is reminiscent of one, a boombox, says Lucy in chat. I can see what you're saying. There's an aesthetic similarity. I think it's maybe just very 90s coded. Yeah, okay, I get the pattern, and they're all one-way doors, right? I guess I didn't even check. Oh yeah, they're all one-way doors, of course there are. Why wouldn't they be? Oh dear. Okay. He's trying to lock my weapon away as well, which doesn't really matter, yeah. Who cares? That disabled my spell mid-coding. That's annoying. Yeah, he's too close for me to dodge that. He's doing a good job of, whatever it is that he's doing. He's doing a good job of hurting me a lot. Okay, that was, problem. I knew to be afraid of that guy, and I've still got so much more wandering back and forth before fighting some horrible boss. And I don't think I have any, particularly useful stuff. No. I can dope if I want to. Hello, friend. I don't like the nuclei. Has that become obvious? I really don't like the nuclei. They just seem unnecessarily powerful for where you encounter them. Okay, this is a waste, whatever. Why didn't it work? Because I was too busy getting hit. Oh god, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead! Cool, I'm gonna fight the boss with absolutely nothing. With no, healing restorative items. Because I can't beat a nucleus. This is the time to be on drugs for sure, says Nettie in chat. I've got a lot more walking back and forth before I actually face the boss of this area, and I think I need to, be closer to the actual boss before I start doping. This is fun! I'm experiencing fun! I like walking back and forth. That's clever. I was right that there was stuff just behind those doors. By no fault of my own, I was right. God damn it. Man, I might want to run away from this one. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, what are you supposed to do about that spell? By just having a much better positioning, I did well against that enemy. I don't know where Mallow is. He's not back. Just in case it's not obvious.
Ignore the fact that I'm late.
How dare you? What is this? I don't think I've encountered this item before.
It's a big something, a big gold something.
The Great Piss. So this is a golden shower for our enemies, but it's a big golden shower for our enemies. Not a regular sized golden shower. Okay, this has gone a different direction suddenly. We've gone to heaven. Oh no!
Whoa! Have you seen an animation like this yet?
Game. Nope. Clack.
Clack.
We didn't have to fight a boss.
Ooh, it's another thing. It's another item, but it's not a ring.
It's gonna be a weapon, yeah.
But you can't use it until you leave, presumably.
Exactly,
it was
yeah.
Green digital.
But I don't seem to have been forced to fight a boss. Yeah. Just got a couple of fairly tough enemies in there.
You haven't gone right at that area down at the bottom yet.
I have, just not in this. Wait.
No. The not this area. I mean, the area when you first entered the door, the locked door that you remember. Aren't you glad I'm here to remind you?
Because I just assumed that this would go in some horrible loop and then that's where it would connect back to, but it didn't.
That's why I remembered that. I had that in the back of my mind, like now we're going to connect all the way back, but nope, it hasn't yet.
I think it's going to walk all the way to the back of that area, because there's a room we didn't get into either, and I think it'll connect to that room.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if that room will have a boss in it or something.
Judging by the areas we've been to and haven't, I don't know if that's possible, but I don't know, maybe.
And your life and current image points, or intellectual property are the same.
That's the important thing about this game. You want to get your life and your intellectual property to be the same number. Damn, this is different. Maybe this isn't different. It just connects, and now I'm stuck in it. Thanks, Mallow.
You're welcome. At least you can see the path.
Well, it literally is just back and forth. It's not, there's not a lot to see. Luckily, the enemies don't seem to respawn. But, I mean, you're absolutely right. We must be missing something, because there's a whole room that we can see on the mini-map that we never got to. In fact, if I show it here...
Oh, yeah, the area in the top right. Well, you need the fourth key piece still, or the key spell piece.
Now I'm unconvinced, because look at the shape of the, thing that I dropped myself. I think it's just meant to represent that whole area is like
that bubbly in a different world.
Purple goo land.
Now in 3D area. I mean, this is 3D too, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. It's a different aesthetic. It's a different aesthetic and graphical simulation ability. I wonder if I could have controlled myself, and I just didn't attempt to. That seemed so pre-rendered that I assumed that I had no actual
you couldn't have done
control.
Anything. It reminded me of those cutscenes from
PlayStation 1 games.
Did it remind me of those cutscenes from that one game that we played, The Dig?
Oh, it does feel slightly Dig-ish, yeah. Not stylistically, but...
No. but like in the way that it takes you out of the game.
Yeah. I'm gonna attempt and fail to control myself. I'm planning on failing. Oh yeah, there is no control here, obviously. This is just a cutscene. So I think, all of that.
Yeah.
Have we fought the 3 white giants yet? Ask Kyle in chat. No, and in fact, I think I need to go back now and make sure I actually keep that weapon. I don't want to go through that again.
Yeah,
but that's probably everything we could do on level 6. So next time I delve into the dungeon, it'll be level 7. I'm looking at the clock because it's like it takes an hour to go into the dungeon, do something, and come back out again. It would take less time if I was willing to waste 50 IPs. You know what?
The hour that you have over there is a lot of that is midstream break hour.
Well, 10, 12, 15 minutes of it is.
Yeah.
I have never actually jumped, so I don't know if it's 50 IPs to get all the way out of the dungeon, which might be worth it, or to get just to like the next level up.
It says jump
to the
point.
Jump point. I have no idea what the jump point means in this context. I assume it's just the point that arrow is leading to. But if it's the point. It was glowing on the map. It's just So it literally does just let you leave the level that you're in. It's utterly pointless.
Okay. I mean, presumably much later you're going to be getting intellectual property at such a rapid pace.
50
that 50
IPs is like
worth.
not. Yeah. But at this point, they've sort of designed it to be relatively straightforward to get out of every level, so I'll just get out of every level. I would appreciate if it was even more straightforward to get out of the level, but whatever. I really felt that was going to be a level 9. I was so confident about my timing, but nope, not good enough. Since there is... So, I mean, just to be clear, in case you're like looking at the screen and going, oh, well, yeah, you just need to sort of follow how it fills in the glyph and...
But it doesn't fill it in a logical way.
Exactly.
So.
It's so like...
Which is why I said it reminded me of calligraphy, because the stroke order is something you have to pay a lot of attention to in calligraphy.
But so to be clear, it fills it in the same order every time. It's just that it's so like artsy how it fills it in that it's like it's not like it hits a particular point and you press at that point, because it never hits a point. It's just sort of gradienting its way in. Like I have found it more helpful to just close my eyes and try to memorize the pattern just by my limited musical ability than to actually try to look at it. Anyway, everybody wanted a rhythm game where there's no reference for the rhythm, right? Like that's what everyone wanted in their video game. Hello, friend.
It's our go-to again.
That was a 9. There we go. I knew I was capable of it.
I wasn't sure.
I've done it so many times that you've seen.
I know, I was just being facetious.
W lock. I can't think of anything lewd for W to stand for.
Yeah. Wedgie.
Lock. Wow, that's vicious. I mean, there's always Wang, but then it's the same as CP and D. They're all the same lock. More than half of the locks are the same thing.
A is anus. S is shithole.
So those are the same too. That's another quite vicious bit of lockery. Yeah. And M is map.
And M is map, which is the most vicious of them all.
Well, no, D, as we've already discovered. Well, I guess, I haven't had M locked, so. I only get 9s when I'm against low-level garbage enemies, and I don't need the 9. Wow, 4 IPs, great. So other than the first weapon in the game, which the game just basically gives you, like it's in a chest that you're forced to get, this is the first this is the first item, the first non-drug item other than a ring I've gotten in this game. Yeesh, that I'm like trying to describe the first wearable other than a ring I've gotten in this game. Do you wear a weapon? You wield a weapon.
The first W-able.
And luckily, as soon as I get out of this hellhole, my W will be unlocked. So, or already.
It's already unlocked.
I think I have some spare drugs, so I may as well use them on my way out. If there's anything this game teaches you, it's always use drugs.
Yeah.
When you get stabbed by a sword, are you wearing it? Asks Nettie in chat. I would argue... Well, I was about to say, speaking of various things being locked, I was about to say that anything taken internally isn't being worn. But, like, you wear a mouth guard. That's certainly internal in some sense.
But you take that internally?
Yeah, it's in your mouth.
Yeah, I don't know if I would consider that.
Is the mouth cavity not internal enough for you?
No, it's not. Key 1.
Key exclamation point.
Key I.
Okay, let's bank these ips and bank this weapon. Analyzing the item. Oh god, we got 3. Oh, that's right, because the ring boxes, like...
Yep. You got a weird-looking ring.
Ooh.
Didn't you?
This is new. Oh, light.
Yeah.
Interesting. Light land or light sky magic level 5, huh? I have a ring that gives me, I think, fire or red magic.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. You just got it. But this is the weird shaped ring that I was talking about.
Yeah. What? What am I looking at?
That's a skull that appears on it.
Let's see if I can capture the top of the screen and see what
it says. Tsuguji. I don't know what Tsuguji means, but
maybe it's a poor attempt at signet. I doubt that. Can nullify move seal by 100% and code seal by 50%. Move seal. I'm not sure what move seal would... Oh, move seal must be that M, but what the hell are my moves that move seal would be sealing?
I wonder if it's movement.
Oh, it probably is! Right, move, because you move about within the battle area to, like, dodge their attacks and such.
Yeah.
Well, I've never even gotten a move seal, and I now have a ring that nullifies it 100%.
Well, given the way that you play this, you would hate a move seal.
Yeah, it would be terrible. It's not as bad as getting your D locked, but it's
yeah, well,
it's quite bad. And here's our new weapon. It's a stick. You're very optimistic, assuming it won't lock your movement outside of battle, says Nettie in chat. But the thing is, the locks just go away with time, so that would be just like a mild annoyance. It's just like a waste of time. Again, it doesn't feel like the kind of thing this game would do.
This says black material.
That's what it says, black material weapon. Okie dokie, what does it do? Transform. What? You cannot equip this as is. By using the transform command, it is possible to transform into various weapons. Oh, because it's a weapon material. Okay.
Oh.
I certainly haven't seen that before, but I'll bet it's about to unlock the transform command for me. Yeah, go into item equip. Transform it into a gun, says Nettie. Excellent idea. With every delve, we learn new things, so that's good. Got our ips, got some skill points, got not a single one enough for it to actually say, great, thanks. Oh yeah, look at that. We've unlocked something new. Transform has been unlocked in the item menu.
6th floor. Enter hand.
You can transform the weapon item obtained on the 6th basement floor into various forms, and whichever form I choose, I have made a mistake, and it is irreversible. The obtained weapon base cannot be equipped as is. Let's transform it into a weapon that can be equipped. The MCM is this ring menu. I forget what it stands for. Rotate the MCM with the directional keys. Select the item. Yeah, fine. I see. Look at this. Like I haven't been playing the game enough to know that to select item, I have to choose the item option on the ring. This game like constantly gives you tutorials for the most basic stuff. Like, just give me the tutorial for the new thing, please. This is going to say choose transform. Yeah. Select transform and press O. Really? Is that how you choose things?
How I've chosen everything else in this game up to this point.
Oh, do I select the thing I want to transform and press O? I don't even need to translate it. This item is a base that can be transformed into various weapons. Please select it with the O button. I tried to scroll to Almighty, but it's just saying, you know, you only have this one. Okay,
yeah,
so...
black material times 1, it says.
Yeah. This is a fascinating new menu that I have not witnessed before. Choose your favorite weapon shape using the up and down directional keys and confirm with the button.
So the second one is a small blade, so maybe like a dagger. The first one, I don't know. The third one is hand something.
I will attempt to capture the full screen, but there's a very good chance.
The last one, I think, is a bow and arrow, which is going to be your favorite.
It doesn't tell you, but the transform isn't permanent either, so you can try them all, says Boogle. In a million years, I never would have guessed that's the case.
For some reason, that was like that was what I had in my mind, that was because it kept talking about how it could be like molded into or shape or whatever, and I assumed like basically every time you go down to the dungeon, you can redo whatever weapon you want.
Okay, so the first one is base type, which I suspect means just this rod of raw material that can't be used.
Maybe. The second one's like dagger or something, small blade.
Let's see if the message at the bottom... Okay, here we go.
Speed skill times 1.
Then again, y'all, this game is meant for people doing drugs, says Kyle. I think it's more fever dream than... Wait, I have literally talked about how, like, the entire lesson of this game is always do drugs, and then I say, like, it seems more like a fever dream than a drug trip. Deals 1 to 3 points of damage to the speed skill. Oh, fascinating. Range 1.
No, not to the speed skill. No. That's not what this is saying, I think.
Okay, it didn't get the X. Yeah. So your speed skill times 1 to 3 is the amount of damage it does. Oh, good. That'll be easy to capture. It's no problem. No problem translating that. 25%
up. Something went 25% up.
I'm going to capture both of those lines, even though it obviously is going to, be on. Deals 1 to 2 points of damage to the speed skill. Again, it's probably speed skill times 1 to 2.
Yes.
Range 1 increases the power of the magic by 25%. Has a 5% chance of negating the opponent's cast magic. Huh. Wow. I mean, only because my previous weapon obviously was like the first weapon in the game and did basically all. All of this is absolutely fascinating. Deals 1 point of damage. Speed skill times 1. Range 1 increases the power of cast magic by 50%. Given that I use a lot of magic, maybe...
But the last weapon type is a bow and arrow type. So
right,
what does that do?
Given that it said range 1, there has to be something with greater range. Deals 1 to 2 points of damage times the speed skill. I didn't realize that speed is apparently like everything that affects your damage. Range 3, which is the entire battlefield, unless it's inclusive counting yourself. I suspect it's inclusive counting yourself.
I don't. I expect it's the entire battlefield.
Increases
it's a bow and arrow.
Well, so the only reason I suspect that is that if it's inclusive including yourself, then that is the same range as all magic has.
That's what I think.
Which means it's not the
more.
Entire battlefield.
Yeah.
Increases
no, I think it is
the speed
because the other ones were range 1. So if they included yourself, then they would be range 0.
Oh yeah, excellent point. Yeah. So
this is longer than magic.
It also says increases the speed skill by 10% rank, which probably just means like you do slightly more than it suggests.
Yeah, probably.
Man, do
So
I want
now
the
you have to decide
range or
between
do I want
whether
the
you
magic power?
exactly. I mean, yeah, it's up to you.
I think I want the 50% boost to magic power. I think in this game I am more magic oriented.
I mean, you can try multiple,
range.
so.
Well, yeah, fair point. So we're going to start with the 50% boost to magic power. Oh, it's like a magic staff. Fine. That makes sense.
I figured it was going to transform into the different types.
Well, yeah. So I just because I think that you said like staff or stick or something, but I wasn't thinking I was thinking like a quarter staff, like a weapon in that sense, not like.
I actually don't know what that fourth one is translated as. I've seen the character before, but I don't know what it means.
The base has now been transformed into a weapon. Please equip it. Oh, please equip it with the equip. Have you equipped things before? Would you like a tutorial on how to equip things? Cannot transform the weapon while it is equipped. Okay, so you unequip it before transforming, which is like a pointless inconvenience.
Well, it's so that you can't transform it while you're in the dungeons, because you can't.
But you can't access that entire menu while you're in the dungeon.
Oh, okay.
So, like, you can't switch the items off your hands anyway.
Fair enough.
I think that's true. Maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe that's accessible somewhere with it. But you can pretty much just, like, configure things. You can't really, like, yeah. So, item, equip. I have, like, the base weapon, and now I'm going to swap it.
Boogle says it's just staff, wander, cane. Suet.
Boogle as opposed to Google, which would be Google Translate. Boogle, you've chosen a name that is confusing with respect to the fact that I'm currently using Google Translate as one of the translation options. Would you like to ask about the method of equipping? This is going to say, like, do I want a tutorial again? No, don't give me a goddamn tutorial. Okay. Equip. What? Maybe I did need a tutorial? There was a great period of time where people trying to talk to me would activate their Alexa and stuff. Yeah, it's just Google and chat.
That's amazing.
You know what? I said I don't need a tutorial, but I clearly do. Okay, choose... Is this going to say, like, choose equip and weapon, which I've already done? Wow, the tutorial starts with steps that I already have to have done before reaching this point. What? The tutorials in this game are utterly maddening. Select the desired weapon from the displayed equipment list and confirm with the circle button. That seems pretty simple. Oh, select with triangle and square? I think I tried triangle and square. That'll be to change, like, Almighty to... Yeah, to different colors with a triangle and square. I tried that. L1 and L. You absolute turd. Oops. If I recall correctly, there's an option to turn off help in the options, but I don't think it stops through tutorials. Lol, says Boogle in chat. I mean, I'm more enjoying the fact that it asks if you want a tutorial every 3 minutes than I am annoyed by it. So, but it is very strange. To unequip, yeah, fine. Okay, so I go to equip. The hell? Triangle and square aren't doing anything. L1 and L2 and R1 aren't doing anything.
See, you needed the tutorial after all.
But I just watched the tutorial and it didn't help. Oh, do I have to unequip this? That was not unequip.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yo, everybody, calm down. I just watched the tutorial. It was useless.
They're being facetious, obviously.
I am really perplexed. You're selecting the slot you want to put the weapon in, says Boogle, which right now is your sword. Yeah, sure. And I want to swap out the sword for the wand I just got, but I can't. Like, nothing is doing anything here. Oh, got it. Okay, you press it, it shows the information on the item you've currently got, then you press it again, and then you get here. For being a tutorial, that tutorial was shockingly useless. Okay. Took me a little bit of time to figure out what the hell was going on, because I think that's the first time that I have swapped out an item. The Staff of Corruption. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay.
That depends on what element you choose for it.
I suspect. Well, so I didn't get to choose the element for it. It was
okay.
black. It was black materia.
Yeah.
But I think
sense. Okay,
I found it in the black dungeon. It's so it's like I decided to go for the corruption route. That's all.
Now I want to know what the corruption bow is.
Maybe I will experiment with it later. Now, what I really don't know is just having it equipped enough to boost my magic by 50%, which I suspect the answer is yes, actually. Or do I have to attack with it? I suspect that it boosts your magic by 50% just by having it equipped.
Attacking with it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, because then there would be some aspect of how long does that last after you attack and stuff like that.
Which is exactly the kind of thing that this game does. Everything is timing based in that way.
Yeah, but then it would have to have a place to show where your countdown was or something.
True. And the only thing that it shows with timing aspect is which body parts you have locked.
Well, and how many drugs are you filled with?
True, yes. Oh, W is for wrist, because if your wrists are locked, then you can't use the weapon. Now, this is how we're going to make everything be a body part.
I see. And,
handcuffs can also be fetish wear, so it fits in that way as well.
Now we know what the SM on the left stands for.
It's all clear now. Oh, I only have 5 actual attacks with that. I guess that's not too surprising. But I wonder if I use all of those attacks. Oh, wow, I got dream credits from that one. Holy crap, that's well worth it. I wonder if I use all of those attacks if I, it no longer gives me the 50%. I suspect so, but then the only thing I ever attack with the weapon is traps, so...
Is one of the trainings you can do to get the number of uses of a weapon up?
Yes, but it takes 9 dream credits. So basically, I have put almost all of the dream credits I've gotten into the magic training because it feels like the one that is most worth it, although that's probably just self-fulfilling prophecy.
Boogle says the weapon training.
It is, yeah. We saw it. And so I did actually. I started this stream with the weapon streaming, Boogle, and good God, it's like it's supposed to be a reaction thing, except that your reaction has to be like 2 milliseconds.
Yeah. And it has like multiple layers of those balls that you hit, as if you're gonna even ever get past the first layer.
If you get a bad board, you can actually come out worse than you went in.
Yeah, because those downs. They are bad.
Oh, yeah,
you didn't want to hit the gray balls.
Yeah. The, so there's one that trades your dream credits for image points, I think. I don't know. There's something that, no, it trades it for life points. But you can also get life points through image points. And I tried that once, and I can't do it. I just can't. It's like... utterly impossible, which is ridiculous because it's also pointless.
Yeah,
like you can
it's
just
something you can get another way. Yeah.
So there are various trainings. It feels like the easiest training is also the only one that's actually worthwhile, which is just bizarre. There must be a reason that I can suddenly see all traps.
Maybe because the weapon that you brought down is a darkness weapon.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little bit frustrated here because like I can now see this trap, but I don't want to waste my weapon attack on it. Yeah, especially since it is just an enemy. But like I don't know if there's a way to choose not to use the weapon and to just punch it. Because if you don't have a weapon, you just punch.
Boogle says you can break traps with magic.
Oh, that never occurred to me, Boogle. But of course you can. Why wouldn't you be able to?
I was going to ask you that, and then I was like, well, of course not, because otherwise he would have told me by now.
So the thing is, like, using weapons in the main area, because it's just like one click and then you're there, it feels more obvious, whereas using magic is like you go into this menu and then you go into magic use. Well, no, you don't. You press triangle. I don't know why. It's actually also one click. I don't know. I so associate magic with battles. I don't know. I'm an idiot, okay?
I mean, the fact that you can use magic outside battles suggests that there's a use for magic outside battles.
Well, and so in earlier, and okay, this is obviously just like tutorial stuff, but like in earlier levels, it said like you'll need to use dark magic here or something, and that's just to sort of hint you that sometimes you need magic in the
like
the dungeon.
Unlocking that door, for example.
But it never clicked to me that you would need it for like destroying a trap, and in retrospect. Duh. Mind you, I don't know if the game ever told me that you can destroy the traps at all. I think just because some of them were visible, I was like, well, you gotta be able to do something, right?
It's another katsu guy.
What kind of cutlet? Is this a pork cutlet, a chicken cutlet?
I didn't see the second half of his name. I forgot.
Which would definitely be the kind of cutlet. I feel 50% more powerful. Yeah, I think I'm 50% more powerful. That seems freaking sweet. The tutorial guy tells you, but only in one of his really long optional tutorials, says Boogle. Are you, anthropomorphizing just the annoying, stupid messages on screen? Because the spirit is no guy. What did I just...
Well, the spirit in this dungeon is no guy. Presumably the spirit in other dungeons is.
Wow, I can suddenly see, like, all kinds of traps, and I don't know what I did right.
Did you equip any of those rings you got?
No, but all my fingers are full anyway.
Google says the floating head.
Lawrence. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, somehow I forgot about Lawrence entirely. I guess just because this entire stream we haven't seen him. The spirit of Lawrence is also... I mean, Boogle was right to call it that way. Basically, he shows up to give you tutorials. Gotcha. He is a persona... He's like he is the tutorial voice when you're in the dungeon, as opposed to when you're in the ring menu. No name more Japanese than Lawrence.
Well, Lawrence is hard to say in Japanese. Yeah, Lawrence probably, but not su.
Right, this is this level.
Maybe it's tu, but probably not.
Should have done the Lawrence route instead of the Dark Pig Lady, says Nettie in chat. Don't think there actually is a Lawrence route. The important thing about all of the spirits is that they are all scantily clad ladies, because this game is Japanese.
Fair enough.
Don't forget how Japanese the game is. It really helps to code the spells when, like, the frame rate is dropping, because this area is so complicated for it to render. They're all Lawrence's route. Only 2 of them are women, says Boogle in chat. Yeah, in spite of that, I said that more out of sarcasm than knowledge. I suspected it, but I guess I was wrong.
Wait, only 2 of them are women, but they're all scantily clad? Why didn't you choose one of the other routes?
I mean, short answer, because you were not. Exactly. I was playing with the translator. So,
Boogle, I have a question for you. So I hypothesized that the shape of the top right sort of border around that is a reference to the, like, Warui, the evil or bad character. Is that true, or is that shape in all of the dungeons?
Character in this class, and character in this case, as in the symbol, the grapheme, not as in Kasua. It's always like
it's that. Always like that. Okay.
Okay, on we go to level 7. I wonder if I can enter the stairs from the side. No, just tumble down the stairs. This is the first time that the stairs haven't been embedded into a wall, which is irrelevant, but. Kasua's not bad, just dark, says Boogle in chat.
Fair enough.
But there is, so, like, the bits of her memories that we've been given so far, she's not great. She's not like she's probably paid her penance, but she probably wasn't like a good guy in the real world.
What bits have you gotten so far?
She's a murder friend. She did some murders and she doesn't remember why.
Okay. But I'm sure it's going to turn out that she did them for a good reason. 14?
You want to know? Yeah, 14 is 14th century. Okay, so this is we've already gotten this message. I was really just checking whether I need to re-ask these to get the the bits of the code. Answer. Well, this time they gave me 4 and 2.
Well, they were 4 and 2.
Oh yeah, they were 4 and 2. Oops. Yep. So somebody else must give us 1 and 3, basically.
Yep.
Wait, I never got... On the previous level, we got so distracted by figuring out that whole inner area that we never actually discovered that we never got it. It still didn't happen.
Yeah, that's true. Huh.
Are the other spirits all human? Asks Nettie. So I seem to... right at the beginning, you couldn't actually, like... see them, like you couldn't see what they looked like only once you'd unlocked them. I think I don't quite remember, it's been a while. Once you clear this floor you can fast travel up to it for the first floor, said Boogle in chat. So is it gonna be one of those like when you're entering the dungeon? Okay, so this is the key door with the whiteys behind it.
It's trying to say open, but it doesn't quite work.
Yeah, we've already gotten this message. So Boogle, when you're entering the dream dungeon, there's like 3 things that you can click on, but you can't enter the other ones. I'm assuming those are just levels. So is it going to be level 8, which I think is exactly the level I speculated it would be too. Which would be nice because I would like to not spend an eternity re-entering the area every time. Now, this was the only one we could open. Man, it is surprising that it just gives this to you. So like there are bosses that look like bosses. Like they exist not as cocoons. So the fact that this is just like deal with it, loser.
Yeah.
It really makes me feel like I maybe am not adequately prepared for this level.
Boogle has some important information, and basically you wouldn't have known unless Boogle told you.
I'm a little bit too busy coding to read anything, so you're gonna have to read it to me.
Oh, when he initially let you know that, or when they initially let you know that when you clear the floor you can fast travel up to it, they said that the game never tells you. And they said when you get to a new floor, someone usually makes you follow them back to their house on the first floor. If you talk to the right person in that house, they'll teleport you up.
Oh, yes, I remember those houses on the first floor. Okay, thank you, because I would have missed that, but it makes sense that it would work that way. If you just stick to blinding me, it's not that bad. Like, I think I've got this guy licked, but the next identical, way too overpowered enemy I find, no such luck.
But this guy gives you a lot of IP, a lot of intellectual
Yeah, but if I
property,
then encounter another one who kills me, I get to keep none of that IP, so... And at this point, I would rather make progress, to be honest. Level 3, not good enough. I'm getting a lot of level 9 attacks. 2 in a row right there. The first couple of guys don't. I think there's the first floor you can start fast traveling to. So on the very first level, you're in kind of like a town, and there's a lot of doors where if you like knock on the door, then somebody behind the door just says like, "You're not powerful enough for me yet." So it would make sense if if those are essentially fast travel.
It's a trap. So does it always tell you how much IP you're going to get at the end if you beat the guy at the beginning of the battle?
No.
Because it told you. There.
Did it?
Yeah. It said his life points, and underneath it said...
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
IP.
Sorry. Yeah. I totally forgot about that because I never pay attention to it. But yeah, it shows right there. Yeah. I don't remember if it shows that for bosses, but...
Okay.
But also, I like that a character of that level of that amount of power just wandering around is not something
Yeah.
I've encountered yet, so.
Yeah.